Hi there, and welcome to Bold Fundamentals. My name is John Supple, and I'm the manager of Bold Learning Design within CLIP, and I will be one of the facilitators for the Bold Fundamentals course. So, what is Bold Fundamentals? This is a course that we offer through CLIP, which is designed to teach you about teaching online. It consists of 6 modules which will be wholly delivered online. That will be spread out through the course of the year. We offer it in a very flexible manner. The actual content itself comes from a consortium that FedUni were involved in with a number of other universities from around the world, in conjunction with a number of leading e-learning experts as well. So we all kind of got together and came up with the content, peer reviewed it, and it was made available to all of those companies involved, or to all of the universities involved in the consortium. So as I said, it consists of 6 modules delivered through our online Moodle environment. So this involves so there's lots of reading material, there's some videos, there's some activities, there's some communicative activities, and also there's, depending on the module, you'll be asked to submit a little deliverable as well at the end. So the idea is to upskill you in being able to design and deliver courses online, as well as to teach online. So as I said, we've got a very flexible approach to how we deliver this and how you take it. So we've kind of designed it for you to be able to take when it suits you, when you've less busy periods during the year. You can dip in, dip out, whatever suits yourself. It will be facilitated by a number of us in CLIP. And what we try to do is model a good online delivery course, so that you actually have the experience, as well as, we'll say, engaging with the content and getting to know each other and sharing practice and ideas and learning from each other. The idea is that you will also be an online student while you're taking this course. So to me, that's a real vital experience, as you get to see it from the other side of the fence. So when you start delivering to your students, be it in a blended or an online mode, that you can identify with them in terms of any anxieties or issues or problems that they might experience. What else do I have to say? I suppose the ethos that we have around this, and it's something that you would hear quite frequently in educational technology, is that we put the pedagogy before the technology. So uh, learning how to teach online doesn't involve you learning about a whole heap of different types of technologies, and it's not really technical in terms of what buttons to press and that kind of thing. It's more kind of driven from the teaching perspective. So that's how we always kind of approach things in CLIP as well. We start with the teaching, and then we match your teaching needs, your approaches, your student needs, etc., etc., and then we match appropriate educational technologies to enhance your delivery. So the 6 modules that comprise the Teaching Online course, it really covers the full kind of gamut of what's required, the different skill sets involved. So the first one is an introduction to teaching online. So this kind of gives you an idea of the history of educational technologies, where they've come from, what some of the most popular kind of approaches have been, what it involves, and that's kind of a gentle introduction. It's a little bit more light on than some of the other modules, so it's a little bit shorter. We then go into mastering online pedagogy. So if you don't have a background in teaching or haven't done a grad cert in tertiary ed, this kind of starts from the basic theories of teaching, face-to-face teaching, that have been evolved over the last number of decades, and then advances into kind of the digital realm and how those traditional theories have been either advanced or changed to suit the digital environment. So it's quite heavy in terms of pedagogy and theory in that, but it's, if you haven't experienced this, if you haven't engaged in that kind of content before, it's a good basis. So then we go on to designing and delivering an online course, designing and developing an online course, and this is probably one of the ones that you'll get most benefit from, as I imagine a lot of you will be delivering courses through your Moodle. So this gives you an idea of how to start out in designing that online environment. There's quite a few differences, as you'll see, in terms of delivering in an online or blended setting as opposed to a traditional face-to-face. Most of you will be familiar with the traditional face-to-face, so the idea is just to kind of pad out your knowledge that you have from the face-to-face classroom with what you need to, the skills you need to acquire and develop for the online setting. The next module is around being a successful online teacher, and this is probably something that we don't tend to consider too much when we think about teaching online. A lot of the emphasis seems to be on how you get your Moodle together, how you get your resources up and running, so that everything works, so that the students have a good experience, etc. But sometimes we don't put as much emphasis on the actual delivery side in terms of when you have all the course set up, what you actually do in that online environment. And as you'll see, one of the key aspects to successfully teaching online is the idea of teacher presence, so that the student isn't just engaging with like a computer screen or their mobile phone or whatever, but they get that sense that you're actually on the other side. So it kind of makes the technology invisible. So you're literally teaching through the medium of technology. And there's a number of different ways and approaches you can use depending on your skill level, your subject area, etc. So that should give you plenty of ideas and strategies for teaching online. The next one is using technology tools for teaching online. So this gives a kind of a high-level overview of the different types of tools that have become quite popular in the online environment, all of which, all of the different kind of generic types of tools are available within FedUni. So you'll have a look at different types of tools, what the types of teaching that they suit, maybe what they don't suit, and ways of kind of maximizing their benefit and ensuring student engagement. It doesn't get too much into specific tools, it doesn't get too much into the technical side of things, it just gives you a kind of high-level overview. The idea being, I suppose, that after that you can, if you decide on a particular generic tool, that you can explore the solution within FedUni that's available to you and use that within your teaching. And the final module is called Studying Online, a Guide for Students, and this has been developed really for students, but it's also of extreme benefit, I think, to yourselves as practitioners. It just kind of looks at things from the student's point of view in terms of it's obviously a change for students as well, moving from traditionally face-to-face to a more blended or online environment. So it's just kind of strategies for them to make sure that they can study effectively, get the most benefit out of the technology, lots of hints and tips and that kind of thing. And obviously, if you have a read of it, you'll see that it gives you some ideas as to how to approach things with your students as well. And crucially, this will come at the end of your experience as an online student. So a lot of the what's discussed should ring true for you as well. So that's the kind of, that covers off the 6 modules. Some courses may be of more interest than others to you. You can kind of go as much in detail as you want with each of them. There's lots of supplementary and extra resources that you can explore, and obviously as facilitators we can guide you in that direction as well. So as I said, the experience of being a student then hopefully will stand to you as well. I know personally speaking that a lot of my time spent, a lot of the lessons learned for me as an online student have informed my practice in terms of how I advise people to design their courses. So I suppose this is just, if you haven't really gotten into this side of things before, it's a good introduction to teaching online, to pedagogy, technology, all that kind of thing. I suppose one of the key characteristics of technology that you're aware of is that the rapid pace of change, that it can be daunting, I suppose, for people dipping their toe in the water because they think, oh, if I learn some particular technology or whatever, 6 months down the line it might be obsolete. Now this isn't, it's not necessarily true. Things do change, but I suppose what you'll come across in this teaching online course is that e-learning and teaching online is its foundations lie in traditional teaching theories and pedagogy. So, and it's just the application of that to to whatever tools you use is what it comprises. So the important thing is the teaching side. So I suppose one of the essential digital literacies, that the term that has become popular over the last number of years, one of the essential skills that you need to learn is having that ability to relearn and keep up with technology. So that's something that's addressed in it as well. So what else do I have to say? I suppose just some tips for you if you're taking the course. It can get quite theoretical at times. We hope we've given you plenty time to do it. So I suppose my advice would be, in terms of how to deal with taking the course, is to dip in quite frequently, little and often, as the mantra goes. So you just kind of keep in touch with it, even if you just get 15 or 20 minutes a day. Just kind of keep in touch with it. And then the important thing, and this is what people who've previously taken it before, their feedback says, that you do need to kind of come up with a plan as to when you'll do quite a big chunk of work, then maybe an hour, 2 hours a week or whatever. It's good to come up with a plan early to set time aside, because otherwise you might kind of fall behind. So if you have a weekly plan where, be it, I don't know, Thursday morning, Saturday afternoon, you just set aside a couple of hours to dedicate to this. Otherwise you'll kind of come to the end of each module, and it might look as if you've got more work to do than you actually have. So you might fall behind. And it also, in the online environment, what I found as well, personally, is that just in terms of your confidence and your positivity in taking a course, it does help if you feel that you're on top of things. It doesn't kind of it's not in the back of your mind then the whole time. But it is, having said that, it is quite easy to catch up as well. So please make a schedule and put aside some dedicated time for this. So what I would advise you to do before you get stuck into it, I think the course will be open for a little while before you actually it formally begins. So have a look at just log in. You've obviously logged in if you're reading this. Have a look at the course structure, the course information, see what's required of you. Familiarize yourself with the layout. If you're not very familiar with Moodle, just have a bit of a click around here and there. You can't really break anything. So just see how it kind of progresses, what you need to do. But I suppose I'm looking forward to working with you all, to meeting with you all. It's always great to meet people in this online environment and share ideas and talk about practice and that kind of thing. Interacting with you, there will be a number of communicative activities. And obviously the BOLD fundamentals ties in with the whole FedUni BOLD movement as well. So it's a very exciting time at the moment for e-learning at FedUni. We've got, at the time of recording, we've got quite an enhanced environment. There's a number of improvements that have been made. We've got a few new tools on offer. So in terms of, I suppose, the standard suite of e-learning tools that everybody right across the board has, not just in Australia but internationally, FedUni pretty much has what's required. So if you combine the actual technology with what you learn in this course in terms of how to teach online, and that it should equip you very well with being able to offer a course online. So looking forward to meeting you over the next few months. Thanks.